UTV Kasiaba and Sakana Junior Day, Abraham, we had the free ship house, Abeka Junction, Accra. A you may copy other room, or must you snare, Ama, Yadinusian, Fakasi, Abraham, I this way chocolate drink. You hear you to share. You was special ice mineral water. You was special drinks, and so, and I wore best point savings and loans, best assurance, and the best pension. One more, and then you may come as you snare, Ama, Yadikasi, Eba. Yan shed ye Edimo Akoti Ebie.
Otu said to Asante Hiniches or the Galamse Dino or Tipper, maybe be no, Uchikra.
On Monyan Dominic Nitiwu, so Ede Atu Eja say, one more ye one more bambo for no one more boy, Jumapa, and so come here and say one more qua, one more how, and no, your man for a ya will see one more quine, I will Mujuma, one more edian. Sanso
and Onyan for Dominic Nitiwu now so actually, and your ma Galamse for. Omudi di obujuma dodo o ma se no no obo edi ache Ghana man
wo mo a woni amansan edi nkita ho ewo aban nyumakuo ahodo num no chief of staff ede ato won manim se wo mo wo ho so no mo nkire enuoma aban no eye se de be omanfo ebeti ase
sanso ana osuafo a ohwe yedwadie ensem so ede ensem atudwa akire kwan a ye fa so atoto enuoma se de be ya bia edi edwa eho no obekona ne omanyina eda toti ewo mu
Israel minor say ukomo emunyo ye kra na omanfo atinkensen ewo ho
Emprensia sudie na uko Uganda Yoweri Museveni yedni besi akonya so mampenimum akiresa asrafo no bia nyina yi kire ya boni bia emba ebra yedni si akonya so ne mpre ensia so
bidin de Akosua Sarpong mene
Anim Addo
ya ina yede kasebo yi eba fe ye ko ensem no mu a na Sadie empanimfo ede etu edwa se wo mo ehwe se yede asojafo ne aposifo akọ emiamia hudo bi a wo hwe se galamse obetimi ahwe na wasi ano ekwan ewo man mu no odimonyafo Dominic Nitiwu ene nsentwerofo ahia sade wo mo hye bo se ebra no mbema omanfo ate de ekoso no wachire se adwuma ne de wo mo eye titiri wo bo asojafo ene bambofo na basopa nanso wo mo kwa a eye anan kromafo no esi wo no kwan ewo mo dwuma wonum edi hu.
Heavy mining equipment being used for illegal mining activities on the water and along the river bodies have been withdrawn to hideouts and nearby communities upon hearing of the military presence. And they come back in the night and mine again. Most of the locals do not know or appreciate the dangers associated with the irresponsible mining. And particularly a community called Chichiwere, I think, is that the name? Chichiwere, where the local chief tried to mobilize the youth against the military. You have 400 soldiers, and they are helping you to clean your river body. They didn't go to seize your house to sleep. If they did, I will not be against it. But they are trying to sleep in a secondary school. And you, the chief, insist that they have no right to sleep in that structure. They should leave your town. That the nation has sent its troops to go and do this exercise. And you think that the soldiers have no right to sleep in the classroom in your town because you claim two of your excavators were bent on the river body? I think that people like this must be answerable to their communities and their people. That chief who took that action and made the announcement that the youth should mobilize and go attack the 400 soldiers who were lying down there, what was he thinking he was doing? You are sending them to their death, their graves. I just want to advise people that this is a national exercise. Our water bodies are being destroyed. In the next 5 years, if nothing is done to preserve these water bodies, people will not get water to drink. In fact, Ghana Water will not be able to manage and give you clean water. It is in your interest that these things are cleaned. Maybe one or two people may get some money because they are the people doing the mining. But the general public will suffer in the next 1 year if nothing is done. And it's in your interest to clean up these rivers for you to at least have good water. How can you explain to the kids you are giving birth today that this is the water you have bequeathed them to drink? What explanation are you going to give to them? When even countries outside are threatening us, what we sell today, they are threatening to ban those products. I think that we rather need their help, the help of the chiefs, the opinion leaders, the assemblymen, the youth. Because as the soldiers gave me a brief today, most of the young people in the villages are those who are assisting them and showing them where the equipments are. They are not happy about what is happening. They are devastated that their own towns that they have seen clean water is now turning into things like this. And I thank those people for at least ensuring that they protect their heritage. It is your land, you must protect it. Don't allow anybody for the sake of money to destroy them. I do know that some of the mining companies have decided to form gangs, and they are having gangs. Report, and the military will flush those gangs off you and take them off your land.
Yatwaswa ne da ho a ejina garamse ensemu na operation halt etosumi no chese munyaye esanse mudi omenye wu ne no na Dominic Nitiwu okasa sesia na yehwe ne ensemu esan eto aso echechire mu se enioma asojafo no ase no excavator no makomako adunu enwotwe enoma se no 28 na chamfan so hamienu ne aduosia enson 267 enomo ase no wo chese dwumade no egusu a ekoso wei ene ne mpre no so mampani aye na adwene se galamse no kwan bi obefa so ombetu na asebia no ombetu asia epobosumi mu enomo hya asia dwumade no egusu koso anioma a omasese no se ne be galamse no enkoso no ode ehun sem etodwa.
The impact of this operation has been very substantial as excavators and other mining equipment that were used to perpetuate the illegal mining activities within the red zone, that's the restricted areas, to River Ofin and Pra, were destroyed. And when the Recce team went back, as Kojo said, to check on the River Pra, essentially champagnes and people have not returned. And we'll keep monitoring to see whether they will return. But so far, all the area of operation that has happened, they have not yet returned, and we hope they will not return. The illegal miners obviously disregarded government directive to stop illegal mining and remove all equipment within the red zone of the rivers. Several Garanse pits along the rivers have been abandoned as a result of the military presence. This is a good sign of massive success, but surveillance will continue to be maintained to ensure the sanity of the areas that are cleared. The operation will continue until we are fully satisfied that the objectives of His Excellency the President has been achieved. The Ghana Armed Forces was tasked to conduct operations on the river bodies and 100 meters aside the river bodies and to flush out illegal miners, not just on only River Pra, but most of the major rivers you see in the endemic areas, it will happen. And as I said, the operation commenced on the 7th, at 07 hours on the Friday the 8th and ended at 3 p.m. to allow the troops to be able to get out and go home on Sunday the 9th of May. 7 mining equipment, as I said, were seized and destroyed. 28 excavators were destroyed. 267 champagne machines were destroyed. 18 water pumping machines, 1 mill, 2 industrial machines, 18 gensets, 10 plastic chairs, 5 canoes, 1 wooden accommodation, 8 industrial batteries, and 1 platform. And then 21 new pumping machines and a Kia Bongo truck with registration number AS505321 were also seized, as well as 2 guns. Pump action guns were also seized. We'll do some bit of work on some of them, and if there's a need to destroy it, we'll destroy it. If there's no need, and there's a need for prosecution, to be used for prosecution, that will be done.
Afeyenko Bono Regine. Osofo a wono na wo hwe enwuma ene efisem so e wo mampanyi atena ye eye onimonyamfo Frida Prempe ono so de nani a kire Bono region wo mo kwa akohwe sede affordable housing project a wo si wo ho no sede asi akwakoduru ti wo de nani ko twa wi si akwakohwe Suafo hwe o man dwumadie ne fa ehwe enwumasem na afi adansie nsem so no ansan gina mu semra hye bedwani wota no north eno no ewo afo mantamu odumunyamfo frida prempe eno obo anan de nani ko twa wisi ane hwene santam ekokopie mu ewo nsase ahodo a aban no ajejeje eho no ne mpanifo de omani kokohwe aban na asase ane nsa ka be 23 acres ene no wona nkantiwa na afi 100 acre of land eno susu ochese social security na afi national insurance trust no eno omo enam nsa so omo ekanye ensase nyina no ewo sunwane mpotemu
ya start to apro ewo regency no nyina si ehwe titru aban sase aye betimi di yensa aka edi asisi dai bia ma ankra atenam emi de se bai so yensa beto aban asase so naka yedi besi affordable housing ebre bi atwam se ya ma ameye ho nkrata sam na ya mehye dwumadie na sentem a ubehu na amanfo asati sisi dan wo hu na afede wontu na ayedin ya sanso akɔkyerɛ yɛ baako ni ama asase ne da fam kama pa ɔma mate asese yɛ senetefo asase senete de yɛ minum yenu yɛ nyinaa yɛ senate yɛ nyinaa yɛ kɔ bia tua bi ti ministry ne betu ho na mo ɛne senate so adi ho kita ho
bonomanta musuafo madam Justina owusu banahene ɛka ma me frida prempe ho ɛmomo ɛde omani ɛkɔhwɛ nsase no
asase ya me no yɛ gyina so yɛ ɛwɔ nanketo hede ɛyɛ asase aban edia 23 plus acre ay daha no ma ibetimi dia bi papa bi abra ya hoboa ason asade ya me ma me eka ye no sabre kwan fa so kra ye dan no block no beti bi kra na se mrekese na kantete no na ye nananom ne papa no ede yi adan no ene kwan hovro e fa so ne technology betimi dia ye adan no betimi dia ye bi amana ye more affordable se bi ame no ye flat oni ya ebia ya boso mu enye dukase betimi nya sa dan bi e dia ye ne basa yenua no ma adwuma betimi a chance mo afri baby Ghana ha nyina no e ka se wo mra o ba no se dan ho enti oba o him niti obeba oba so a enam se dan no so ho na ya kama with other facilities say ensuo nkane ya kwan ene ne keka ho a nam se bi beba hanti no ebe ma ahohare aba na okọ ne dwuma so a ode ahode ne pepa be ne ho aye adwuma no eno nti se adwuma di ye ba be di de ye bọ mpa ye de ye be yie ne honhum nyina ata akire se enye ho na nwie peye
Yɛto ansɛm no so ane yɛkɔ asantemantam na yɛasan akɔ galamse nsɛmu na ɔte kɔkɔsoɔ ɔtufoɔ na ɔsɛ tu ɔtɔ so mmienu asantem nyene ɛde nsɛm ato dwa so ɔde ɔhɔ na ɔte sɛ yɛbɔ din bi sɛ bibi di galamse a ɛsɛ ɔman nsuo ne yakwae a na ne bote ɛyɛ ade galamse deɛ ɔkyi na ɔtan no koraa
Ghana ban awiata so se kwan bia so no yensu ahodo ene afe asase tam anase kwaya nanam eyiato efritete aban entra ho enye nhwehan emma omo tu sika kokko e kwan bone so mekire illegal mining anase galamsey no omo ense sa ejapade nyina enam so ama nakakra ni Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources ene mpanyimfo omo si nkunwa e wa akra mpanyimfo ahodo edi omo adwene e be kire kwan ben so ene mine be fa so a sa illegal mining ekoso no etuo ebetimi etwa enam so amasesi ameka sei oma bepiemu ewo kumase ewa asantemantem a hyemudi a etoso mienu ekoso na no ena asante hene otumfo osetutu otoso mienu ekasa na o kire se ewo se saa kwan bone so efa so tu agudie ewo oman Ghana na ewo se etuo etwa.
I commend my son, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abujinapo, for his eagerness and ardent interest in pursuit of the goals of the ministry. Without doubt, this young man has shown passion and commitment to sanitize the sector. We have to give him maximum support to ensure he succeeds in this undertaking. Clearly, galamsey is unacceptable and must be stopped. Myself and Asanteman are palpably opposed to anything which destroys our environment and ecosystem, thereby posing an existential threat to the survival of our communities. The mining industry of our country plays a critical role in our economy, providing considerable job opportunities directly or indirectly. But we now need to look beyond the contribution of the mining sector, mainly in terms of fiscal benefits to the economy. We have all witnessed the unprecedented destruction of arable land for agriculture, forest reserves, and our water bodies through illegal mining activities, using sophisticated equipment and machinery, often in partnership with foreign nationals and criminal syndicates who have no interest in our development. The president on his own, and indeed government alone, cannot fight and win this war. It should be an all-hands-on-deck initiative with all stakeholders, all of us, playing our part, from all shades of political power, social and economic status, who want the transformation of the small-scale mining sector from just a potential to actual positive catalyst for development. I have already warned my chiefs and elders against participation in such illegalities and will not hesitate to strongly sanction any such infraction. Already I've had reports about some things happening in Amansia and Fomna area, and I'll be investigating that to see what's happening. The need to actively involve traditional authorities in this effort is absolutely imperative, for they continue to be the custodians of our communities across the country.
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Onimunyamfo Samuel Abujinapo, Emra Wakasa no Chere se, Asue na wiata so pa, na beye ena kakra nie, omudi asojafo ekogu, ensu ahodoɔ ene kwaya ahodoɔ no. Otimu se mfasoɔ ɛba so.
Government has begun implementing far-reaching policies to bring sanity into this industry, including but not limited to: 1, a freeze on the issuance of forest entry permits by the Forestry Commission for purposes of mining; 2, a suspension of all prospecting, recognizance, and/or exploration activities in all forest reserves; the designation of forest reserves and water bodies as red zones. I am happy to report to Asanteman that these measures are beginning to yield modest results, and we intend to enhance and perfect them. Refreshingly, reports are that some rivers are beginning to recover. However, we must be candid in admitting that these renewed efforts will not be enough. We require the collective efforts of the nation. On behalf of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and myself, I reiterate our unwavering commitment to get on with this national crusade without fear or favor.
Ne krakra ewo sanhye mudie na se no emra santemantema soafo Onimunyamfo Simon se mensa ema akwa abansem ene wo kire se.
My colleague government appointees, we have to lead the fight. And I think any government appointee who is found engaging in illegal mining must be dealt with the highest level of sanctions. We cannot go against the principles of the president, and we cannot go against the policies of the president, and we cannot go against the policies of our own government. It's time we name and shame.
Oswafo a wono ene hwe amanebo so eyonumunyamfo kugye opon kroma na wone PROs anase womo a womo ne amansan di nkita ho ema aban nwuma kuo awodo a womo wo maimu no womo akotena se a wo kakai won ho se aban no wo ye enuoma wo ye nwuma bebre enu nti se womo kirensem wo mu nhwe no wo nkiremu yie eno ene nam so ama chief of staff eye onumunyamfo Akosua frema ose oparede ato wono anim se aban nyuma wo ye ne wo ho etunti bibia se wo se ohwehwem na otimi ti ase yie na wo ka asem no a omanfo atimi ehunu de wonom eye na chief directors ene wo mo ede wo matoto ano no wo matimi aye adwuma ama wo mo yie.
Ever since this Ministry of Information was re-established, we have been very, very satisfied with the outreach that this ministry is doing, and the feedback from the public has been very positive. There has been significant improvement in the work of this ministry. To achieve this, your ministry has been adopting various innovative approaches, such as the twice-weekly ministers' press briefings, the nation-building updates, events, social media amplification of government policies, projects, and positions, the mass media and public education campaigns, and proactive development communication campaigns. Though not staff of the Information Services Department, it is important that SOEs, PROs are in sync with the broader communication strategy and plan of government. To this end, All SOE's public relations officers have been invited here today, and we are now expected to be onboarded onto the information sharing platform of the Ministry of Information to facilitate smooth flow information within government and communication purposes.
It is rather our job as heads of communications across the various government offices to forcefully dominate the communication space with information on what our ministries, our departments and our agencies, and what our state-owned enterprises are doing for and on behalf of the people of Ghana. Not just once in a while, but every day and regularly. And not only when there's a crisis or some allegation to respond to, but as our daily work. The best vehicle to achieve this is a highly trained, highly resourced, properly managed PRO working in sync with the government communications machinery. That is what we at the Information Ministry are building. It is for this reason that we are investing a lot of time, training, and resources in the work of public relations officers. This summit, the second, is aimed at sharpening the knowledge and honing the skills of public relations officers and heads of communications at the various offices to meet current demands and to serve best practices. Additionally, we have rolled out an online system for government information coordination so that we all know what is going on across the various parts of government and sing from the same hymn sheet.
For UTV and America, body, a good way, the mamma, ye try home, Ajabo from Cato, by a bar, ye better a Cassiabon so.